A widowed rancher thought his wife died years ago, until twin girls walked in and called him Daddy. In the vast, rolling hills of Montana, where the sky stretches endlessly and the wind whispers through the tall grass, lived a man named Elias Thorne. Elias was a rancher, tough as the leather on his boots and quiet as the dawn. At 45, he carried the weight of a life hardened by loss. His ranch, the Double T, spanned hundreds of acres. Cattle grazing peacefully, horses roaming the pastures, and a sturdy log house that once echoed with laughter. 10 years earlier, Elias's world had shattered. His wife, Clara, the love of his life, had vanished during a fierce blizzard. They had been married for 5 years, blissfully happy, dreaming of starting a family. Clara was pregnant twins, the doctor had confirmed just weeks before. That fateful night, she had gone out to check on a stranded calf near the edge of the property. The storm hit suddenly, blinding and brutal. Elias searched for hours, calling her name until his voice gave out. Days later, search parties found her scarf tangled in a ravine and tracks leading to the frozen river. Her body was never recovered, but the authorities declared her dead, swept away by the icy waters. The unborn twins died with her. Elias buried his grief in work. He sold off parts of the land to pay debts, hired fewer hands, and lived alone with his loyal border collie, Rusty. Visitors were rare. The townsfolk in nearby Willow Creek respected his solitude, though they whispered about the ghost of the Double T. Elias visited Clara's empty grave every Sunday, placing wildflowers and talking to the wind as if she could hear him. "I miss you, darling," he'd say. "Life ain't the same without your smile." Years passed like seasons on the prairie, harsh winters, blooming springs, endless summers. Elias grew a beard streaked with gray, his eyes deep-set from sleepless nights haunted by what-ifs. He had no children, no family left. His parents were long gone, and siblings scattered far away. The ranch was his only companion, demanding and unforgiving. One crisp autumn afternoon in October, as golden leaves swirled in the breeze, Elias was mending a fence near the main gate when he heard the crunch of tires on gravel. A dusty old pickup truck pulled up, one he didn't recognize. Out stepped a woman, mid-30s, with kind eyes and sun-kissed skin, dressed in simple jeans and a flannel shirt. She looked weary, like she'd traveled a long road. Behind her, 2 little girls climbed out, holding hands. They were identical twins, about 8 years old, with curly auburn hair, freckles across their noses, and bright green eyes that mirrored Elias' own. The woman approached cautiously. "Mr. Thorne?" "Elias Thorne." Elias straightened, wiping sweat from his brow. "That's me." "Can I help you, ma'am?" She hesitated, glancing at the girls. "My name is Sarah Jennings. I'm from a children's services agency in Colorado. This is going to sound crazy, but these girls, Lily and Rose, they say you're their daddy." Elias froze, his hammer slipping from his hand. The world tilted. "What? I don't have children. My wife, she died 10 years ago. Pregnant with twins." Sarah's face softened with sympathy. "I know. We've read the reports. But please, hear me out. The girls were found abandoned 3 years ago in a small town. No records, no parents. They've been in foster care ever since. Recently, they started talking about a daddy on a big ranch with cows and horses. They described this place exactly, the red barn, the river bend, even the old swing on the porch oak tree." The twins peeked from behind Sarah, staring at Elias with white, curious eyes. One of them, Lily, the bolder one, stepped forward. "Are you our daddy?" she asked in a small voice. "Mommy said you'd be here." Elias' heart pounded. He knelt down slowly, his knees creaking. Up close, the resemblance was uncanny. Those eyes, Clara had blue eyes, but his were green. And the girl's hair, auburn, like Clara's. Who's your mommy?" he whispered, voice cracking. Rose, the shyer twin, clung to Lily but spoke up. "Mommy Clara. She told us stories about you. How you ride horses and fix things. She said the bad storm took her away, but she found us again." Elias staggered back, sitting hard on the ground. Rusty whined, nudging his hand. This couldn't be real. Clara dead? But these girls. Sarah handed him a folder. We did DNA tests when the girls mentioned your name, they'd overheard Clara say it once. Elias, the results came back positive. You're their biological father. Tears blurred Elias' vision as he opened the folder. Paternity confirmed, 99,99%. But how? Over coffee in the kitchen, the first time Elias had shared his table in years. Sarah explained what they knew. Clara hadn't died that night. The river had swept her downstream, but she survived, battered and hypothermic. In shock, with amnesia from the head injury, she wandered for days until a kind trucker found her and took her to a hospital in Colorado, hundreds of miles away. The babies, miraculously, survived. Clara gave birth prematurely in that distant hospital. But the trauma changed her. She remembered fragments, a ranch, a loving husband, but not names or details. Fearing she'd lost everything, and terrified of the pain, she started a new life under a new name, raising the twins alone. She worked at jobs, moving often, telling the girls stories of their daddy who lived far away on a ranch. 3 years ago, Clara fell ill, cancer, aggressive. On her deathbed, her memory returned in flashes. She confessed everything to a nurse, her real name, the ranch, Elias. She begged the nurse to find him one day, but died before giving full details. The twins, orphaned, entered the system. It took years of piecing together clues, old missing person reports, the girls' descriptions, until social services connected the dots. Lily and Rose sat on either side of Elias, staring at him. Daddy. Lily tried again, reaching for his calloused hand. Elias broke. Sobs racked his broad shoulders as he pulled them into his arms. My girls, my baby girls. For the first time in 10 years, he felt whole. The days that followed were a whirlwind. Legal papers, home visits, adjustments. The twins explored the ranch with wonder, feeding horses, swinging on that old oak swing Clara had loved. Elias showed them photos of their mother, telling stories of her laughter, her baking, her fierce love for the land. One evening, as the sun set in a blaze of orange, Elias sat on the porch with Lily and Rose curled against him. Rusty lay at their feet. Do you miss Mommy? Rose asked softly. Every day, Elias replied. But now I have you too. She sent you back to me. That's her gift. Lily looked up. We love you, Daddy. Elias kissed their foreheads. And I love you more than all the stars in the Montana sky. The Double T Ranch came alive again. Laughter echoed through the house, meals were shared, bedtime stories told. Elias hired help to ease the load, focusing on being the father he thought he'd never be. Word spread in Willow Creek. Folks brought casseroles, toys, clothes. The town embraced the miracle. The widow who wasn't, the twins returned, the family reunited. Elias visited Clara's grave one last time, placing flowers and a photo of the three of them. Thank you, darling, he whispered. For giving me our girls. I'll take care of them, just like we planned. Life on the ranch wasn't perfect, there were tears for the lost years, questions unanswered, healing needed. But love, resilient as prairie grass, grew stronger. Elias Thorne, once a broken man, found joy anew. In the eyes of his twin daughters, he saw Clara's spirit, and in their calls of Daddy, he heard the sweetest sound on earth. And so, under the big Montana sky, a family, scattered by fate, reunited by love, began their new chapter. Miracles do happen, even on the loneliest ranches.